any America Donald Trump no etimi a strike this man dead omakunu ato atwene a abusha eno ho asem asori on the block but enye onu nkwa no mukunu according to reports no che say omakun Ayatollah Ali Khamenei any other 28 top officials in his regime any top commanders of Ayatollah's leadership abusha o she we na the Middle East block no the Middle East block ni mama I think let me pick this camera right good so that you have the block yes thank you yeah so that you have a fair view of the block this is the block this is the continent of the Middle East Osha Middle East I say Uzbekistan Osha Sora say and Turkmenistan wa say so Osha be a Black Sea ni one Georgia one Azerbaijan it means that Russia was the northern side of the Middle East into Russia were actually say towards Europe Turkey was the far end of this side and Bulgaria so it tells you that the eastern side no and the northeastern side no echo Europe Cyprus was the Mediterranean Sea where Israel Israel is one of the biggest country when it comes to defense on the Middle East bloc in fact they are the most powerful if I'm not mistaken Israel here very small country very tiny country with a population less than 20 million. But we are very, very powerful and very, very instrumental when it comes to the Middle East bloc. Oman, say on the Gulf of Oman, Qatar, Bahrain, etwaso, and the Persian Gulf. This is where I'm coming to. So when you see Iraq here, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia is downwards. And a UAE, so you see Yemen here and the Red Sea before you part and come to Sudan in the Africa and Egypt and so on. So study the map very well. Let's do critical analysis. This is Iran. Iran is one of the largest country when it goes to the Middle East. And in the Middle East, one of the most largest country in the whole world. I think Iran is about 11 or 10. Yeah, almost so far. And Russia, because of the Persian Gulf now, Bahrain Shah and Qatar Shah say. And they feed on the oil. Iran, the economy largely is based on the oil deposition a war in Sionimu. So we share the Persian Gulf now from her to Bahrain. They share borders with Kuwait, somehow Iraq. They share borders with them through the Persian Gulf to Bahrain, Qatar. Then they share somehow a smaller border with the United Arab Emirates, that is the UAE, the Abu Dhabi. Then they will move direct to the Gulf of Oman. That is where Iran, Etimi, and Kokodru when it goes to the Middle East. But Shaniye, right now, because of the strike now, America, Iran, Etimi, and Toto Payebia and any of the American bases without using the airspace of these countries here. When I talk about the airspace, it is either you are using a drone or fighter jet or sending direct ballistic missiles. But as I was sending direct ballistic missiles, these intercontinental ballistic missiles, able to travel over 300,000 kilometers per hour. Now look at this very well. Qatar, a chrono, they have a military base of America. Or border Iran direct. It is America 4% moto to pay biana. Or to the straight near Iran. And it says Qatar chrono at one almost plane being two chrono. There is no flight, there is no commercial flight about flying from Qatar. There is no commercial flight flying from Bahrain, Kuwait, any Iraq, or this type of the airspace now, or more the Persian Gulf, and now I can say they can't fly. It won't mean too kind. And the Obushi and Ibia Kwaka Dubai says, no, on to me and free home my fee. Until say it has a conflict in the from and I say, bet me be the airspace, at the atom. Wabushi and Ibi Wakata, on to me, my fee, Waka, a quantum. Now, Yemfa, a year. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and so. Producer Mumfa Ayatollah picture and so mami. This man, thank you. This man is Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He is the supreme leader of Iran. When you talk about the supreme leader, who is the supreme leader? Basically, man, where are that way? He has the powers that supersede the elected president in Iran. Ni tumia owono esoche mampeni owo Iran. He is a political leader, he is a religious leader, he is a socio-cultural leader, and he does everything. Ni tumi super. They see him as next to Allah. Say Allah ni wa we no munim no. Feno Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. This man is so powerful to the extent that the person or ye will clone be obetimi aye. That is this man, the supreme leader. He is so powerful to the extent, say parliament is shamra, this is the brand man ship. Say the top generals, the military hierarchy, take a decision that this man has to glance through. No need to say this is exactly the direction we want to take. And sana Iran minor tinya the obeso ye bia. Or what to me to the extent say obetima ka say kromofo inanda enomeda. That is who he is. His regime for so many years, since 1981, he has been accused of killing his own people, from the Americans, from the Europeans. Almost this man has caused instability in his own country, helping to escalate the tension in his country and the tension in the bloc as Middle East. So the Americans has always wanted to find a way to take this man out of power and his regime. They have said it on countless occasions, said they will take this man out of power, or they will take him out. And in Israel and Palestinian talk, it is alleged from the Israeli government, and they said Benjamin Netanyahu, the prime minister, and the Israel no accusing man we say no shipping weapons and come Palestine for no so money nko. Some of the weapons are not Palestine for no Tobano, they from Iran. And Jama Israel for the Iranians no so especially the regime of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. So this is what happened. On one very Friday morning, a very fruitful morning, that's sorry, now a joint operation for America presidents, nene we producer give me the picture combined, President Trump and Khamenei. So thank you. There was a joint operation, right? On one Friday morning, this man here, Donald Trump, right? The Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, etnasi, ebopo. Say now, they've made all their researches, they've gathered all their intelligence, and they want to fire strike the Iranian regime. They want to fire strike this regime and take or wipe off that regime of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ramadan fasting money. I didn't also be Ramadan ultimately attacking at this very moment. But that is what the Americans are saying. So they have to free the people of Iran from this wicked leadership. That is what they are alleging. So Benjamin Netanyahu, any Donald Trump a fire strike at Tehran. Tehran strike was targeted at this man. And allegedly, per information I gathered from the BBC News, from the NCB News, from the Al Jazeera News, from all these news outlets, are all claiming, said, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead with all his, almost half of his regime leaders. Top commanders has been slaughtered by the missile, just a single strike. From there, Yante Papa went Kabim. Since Friday, Yante Ayatollah Kabium. But there is one video I want to show you guys. How the tensions are arising each and every seconds on that block. There is one video I want to show you guys. No, this is not a video. Right? Video B. Abra.
Tonight.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Thank you. I have a video in mommy. Yes. Iran and so say or no so ntiase or be retaliate in a very smooth, responsive action with missile. And Iran, this is the supreme leader. Thank you. For supreme leader, no. Yes, I want this video. Producer me personal video. If I to sumame. Yes, this is the footage. Israel and America strike, Kotor Tehran, the capital city of Iran, etimi kum Ayatollah and then in Penifon. This was the strike. So Omofo says striking hit the direct base and the residence of Ayatollah Efia or Tim. And then in Penifon no a base near kum womu no. That was a single strike. Etimi kum sa and Penifon we muina. And Iran so responded. But you know something? Oko Iran kromwa, right? Amount for jubility, ebinum so raho. It's like a mixed feeling. Yes, it's a strike now. This was a strike. Yes, but don't do Iran kromwa na. Ebin jubility. Ebin so era ho musu. But give me the video. Amount for esu. They were mourning. I want the video now omu supreme leader. No, there is a video of such nature. Omu blacker. Omu esu omu supreme leader. Yes. Thank you for the video. So you could see clearly see say omu supreme leader no ewu. Yes, it is alleged say answer na papa no hu say obewu ana so nim so betimewu no. He appointed somebody to succeed him. He appointed a successor. But yes, Ayatollah and Omo, no, their supreme leader is dead and gone. But is this going to escalate or lead to a third world war? That's the question people are asking so far. Among who bisa, so I deal with the third world war, and the men in the third world war. So Iran seeking for assistance from China and Russia. Now say indeed these people show up or they decide to show up. It means France, remember. UK crowd already know so on the military bases ni bebre and the US say omun use at this very moment to make all their strikes direct into Iran territory. So Iran and so according to their foreign affairs minister no, they are going to retaliate in a very heavy manner. So omun sun o share lady now o share black now things are rewaba. They are mourning their supreme leader. Yeah, you could clearly see say omusu ibinum esu. But elsewhere, and elsewhere, among for claims that there have been freedom. And I wish I had that video with you. Let me try and see if we could share that video together. Because elsewhere, elsewhere, no, the same Iranians, no, but let's first of all, you go see Donald Trump. Donald Trump abra omo wipe Ayatollah free Middle East continent no so. But the moment is obenya Donald Trump video now or addressing the media now or we know. Yes,
more lay down your weapon.
Yes, thank you. I want that video. Yes, I want that video.
Lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you will face certain death. You must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms. You will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms, you will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. So, lay down your arms, you will be treated fairly with total immunity, or you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face.
Okay. So this is what Donald Trump told them. Or said they will treat Iran with all the immunities. If they are going to back down, or they will come all away. And according to Donald Trump, Iranians, they don't have problem with them. According to Donald Trump, they don't have problem with the Iranians. That is the citizens, the civilians. But the problem they have with the Iranians is their leadership, this particular regime. Because my accuse regime will say, one, omukum nipa, omu are terrorists. Because oma massacre omu own people. Oma accuse regime will leadership and say, undemocratic. Oma accuse regime will say, omu planning a nuclear fire house. Very soon, no, omu ba twash the countries in Middle East so they are not going to allow. According to the nuclear treaty now you sign, Iran doesn't have the power to design a nuclear program. So they will not allow them to start it. And untina omu take we no every home. So that when they are able to deal with Ayatollah very well, they will have peace in the region. According to Donald Trump and Sammba on air canon. But is that the story? That's the question most of the people are asking. And no story now said there is other story. Iranians no munye Islamics. Somebody who has studied history will tell you say the Iranians were not Islamics. These Persians, right? No more live a very, westernized, modernized lifestyle back in the 60s and the 70s and the 50s. Until the leadership of Ayatollah. These guys were living freely. No more shantare, nice job, mutiguso, yebibia, the kind of westernized culture in them. Until Ayatollah became the president. Then later transitioned to become a supreme leader. Moshe says, no. He has to revolutionize the character, the culture, the behavior, the economic angles and transitions, the military, everything in the country. So he forced them to become completely Muslims. Completely Muslims and forcing them now. So Osha onwani IRG militia our system ni mo se ehu na se wonfa we ni bi mbo uti e ma no unkata wanim be ma unjina obi e te se me die bi ma ne ntra ya o problem. That's what he does. Afi or the ehu bi be share wo mu. And my country no better than a completely Islamic a country. Meanwhile, it was not. So what happened? Yenti Abra Ayatollah Ali Khamenei responded to Donald Trump when Donald Trump was warning him of a potential strike in Iran. But this is a Ayatollah video now. Or responding to Donald Trump no. Na okache Donald Trump say dede na oye onjai dede no o kasadodo ayo mo sa America mo nkwa na mo military mo pedede dodo ye military ni ye tough strong chen mo de no mo mpe Ayatollah video na oye we mo mpe sa video no to so mami. So when Ayatollah was addressing the United States, in fact he was addressing the good people of Iran concerning United States. Thank you. This is the video. Yes. This is it. You can enlarge the video for me. Yes. Wait me. I enlarge the video now, mamia. Good. Thank you. Yes. I don't know if I can share the sound out. So mama sound no enquire out to mommy. Yes. So that meme. Yes.
به نظرشون میرسه که مرتبا میگه رئیس جمهور آمریکا که ارتش ما قوی ترین ارتش دنیاست. قوی ترین ارتش دنیا ممکنه اونچنان گاهی سیلی بخوره که از جا نتوانه بلند شه. در یکی از صحبت‌های اخیرش گفته که 47 ساله که آمریکا نتوانسته جمهوری اسلامی رو از بین ببره. شکایت کرده به مردم خودش. 47 ساله که آمریکا نتوانسته جمهوری اسلامی رو از بین ببره. این اعتراف خوبی است. بنده میگم تو هم نخواهی توانست این کار رو بکنی. به نظرشون میرسه که مرتبا میگه رئیس جمهور آمریکا که ارتش ما قوی ترین ارتش دنیاست. قوی ترین ارتش دنیا ممکنه اونچنان گاهی سیلی بخوره که از جا نتوانه بلند شه. در یکی از صحبت‌های اخیرش گفته که 47 ساله که آمریکا نتوانسته جمهوری اسلامی رو از بین ببره. شکایت کرده به مردم خودش. 47 ساله که آمریکا نتوانسته جمهوری اسلامی رو از بین ببره. این اعتراف خوبی است. بنده میگم تو هم نخواهی توانست این کار رو بکنی.
So these were the words from the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Ana Okacha America was a yentrehana mobo mudie hunhuna dede. You guys don't have anything. Dede, you claim you are the most superior, one the strongest military, one on this planet. You can't come and scare us. We are Iranians. But just one strike, the man is gone. The man is out of the system. But you see something? People are asking, what are the consequences of this whole conflict? But here is the case. Say twice to say Yana, it is either it may lead to World War III or a bedum ejano when Iranian decides to back down, apart from say Omulida no Ewuno. Because Donald Trump, in the recent video that we watched on, Donald Trump catch almost said, so Mubeko say Yana, Iran will either become a desert or something we would not like to talk about. Because this man Ayatollah, right? He is very powerful and very influential that he has a special military forces, which even have an air force. Aside Iranian army, no, on one side a special military force, almost our air force, or more and no more equipment, maybe or mutimi, any kwa or metimi, are retaliating in no time. And until I know, because Emirates, I cancel the flights. I was Saab block now. So now Fly Emirates is not working around Qatar, Dubai, Doha, UAE, and when Bahrain, Iran, but when there is no flight working over there. Qatar Airways and so I can't send a flight. And also no intimate and consider Bush and you Qatar waka for now. No dey waka until say BBC no waka for now. But people are asking, would this have impact on the World Cup? Yes. Yes, any World Cup no direct impact. Se see ya na bekwa. Na se etimi lead to a World War III. E be say the AC 1946 no. The World Cup na ka was about so 1940s. I think World Cup na ka was about so 42 because of World War II amaso. 46 and so World Cup na say amba so be because of World War II. Because World War II started somewhere around 1941. In fact, it started beginning from 1939 to 40 to 41 and a tomu. So from 41 nankasa to 43 no na ejina nti affected 42 World Cup no and affected 46 and so World Cup no. Would we suffer the same fate 2026 World Cup so in June? Here is the answer. It might be so. Because the World Cup now so it is hosted in 3 countries. Mexico, Canada, and the USA. Mexico recently, drug lord Bako El Moncho, Yakwa Kokuno, by these same Americans, say he is a terrorist, he is somebody that has been on wanted list for so many years. So now, Omokum Mexico drug lord, now say a few weeks ago, no, Basa Yobi APA Mexico. Canada is here to be touched. Canada, the BNC or Canada. But US right now, no, Ojina Kono are all supporting Israel to fight Iranians. So if the question is if the Iranians begin to retaliate in a hard way, targeting US territories, not military base, territories now, it may provoke the Americans to go in a full force, say they will silence the Iranians. So if the Americans, and the Pentagon, says someone by retaliating in a full force, what is going to happen is that America will be at war. The moment America is at war, we cannot host football matches successfully in America. Because Obia or Mobile Obian will be afraid of their lives. And besides, most of the flights cannot fly due to the tensions that in these countries and the bloc. Because the flight, it becomes a victim of war. Because you're you're tracking flights, you're tracking missiles, you're tracking drones, you're tracking, if I'm saying, fighter jets. So the moment I will fly above skies, you won't say you're drone and also your fighter jet. You bet see me panning about the form. So the tensions are rising, a direct effect on the World Cup. So we are all praying, say, America, any Iran, any Israel, they will have a peace smoking pipe. Now, this is another story I want to tell you. Say, I could say, they bet me as in the US had a support from UK, France, Germany. Omo to stand by. But let me tell you, one of the most powerful army in this world is the German army. Omo weapons, maybe they good them. So maybe say, so we now some mobile that is the NATO to face Iran, and obviously say Iran so many supporter from North Korea. Almost so of course they have a dictator in Kim Jong-un. So they will have a support from North Korea. Iran will have support from Russia, who also has a dictator in the caliber of Putin, Vladimir Putin. And when it goes to China, they also have a form of communist government who also have a dictator, as they all call, in the person of Chinese president. Yes. So, Unim says, "Kusi ane bedane World War III. Bedane a war of nukes, a war of firepower. Then about reflecting what happened in the 1940s, 1945 more, no, the Hiroshima and the Nagasaki. America focused to Hiroshima, Japan, no. World War II, almost a Bombay, Nagasaki, and so that's the little boy and the fat Joe. So we are all praying, say and Tokwano and Tuaso and Kosi. But in case say Kosi and so this is what is going to happen. A direct impact and a direct reflection on the Middle East bloc and across. But Ghana, yes, you can't say. As some of the babies are in Ghana, yes, you didn't say. That Middle East bloc, you dig out. Dubai, you call Kofan Nyoma, UAE, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, you call Doha, you call the holidays near the Kofan Nyoma near there. So, about Ghana, you mean call Kofan Nyoma. Kwakumenu, Mehu Kwakumenu, Zion Felix video, Bia, omokasa omaka kuro because omuntimi mba there is no flight, so it will have a direct impact on our economy. 2, oil na efi Iran no now entimi nko because of a year and neoma bia almost so go through right now e won tokwa na immunity oil no entimi nko and neoma be bre what the Middle East block no entimi flow freely so dem can also but okunje to abia kwa na manfo kase this time around ye panacho and manin kan wo we hu asem okunje to yesrew Samuel okunje to abia yesrew ntokwa we enka bi asono mieru na enyom ntokwa yes enka bi ablakwa Ghana for so mo power chow baby e na du no topa ye na ye toba because who can be sesi ani ye de topa ye ba ko to ahinsan estate a problem besi enti jai kan o de mo munku ye gina finfin men can be because the moment I be can be you become a target yes when in can ko be ma Donald Trump bufu enti asem no esi men can be mi ko bi man can be de nya ba we de o ko bi so men can be wo de ye di mo munku mo ntokwa until say obekwa akoka asem e be say de hadru ni de Ghana fo anya kan bi de anya ye ne Ghana fo so anya asem nti ho no e ho say producer achim kopetuo because on so kwa akon Kingsley nka bi hye ba so kopetuo e ho say Nafsat kopetuo e ho say adwa mu ina akosua say mu na kopetuo mu ina de baka akokon ni won ka bi nso so okokon so Donald Trump is warning so many countries say entoko mu nyom hu fimenti okuje tabla ko yesrew. We know, say, and Tokwano will have effect on the global economy. That is very true. It is very obvious. Everybody is discussing. But it will be better for you to keep quiet or shut up. The word is shut up. Ghanaians are scared. Foreign Affairs Minister, the word here is shut up. Ghanaians are scared. They don't want to risk their life for power show. The men can be. Because the tension in the Middle East block is soon. And these are fire powers, these are controlling countries, these are powerhouses. But let me tell you, the American bases in these all countries has been activated. UK Prime Minister yesterday meeting say or the military bases around the Middle East block in America say on use no fan so I feel them to but Iran has striking Israel. Producer, what was that video now for someone? Iran has striking Israel. 9 people dead. Plenty of them injured.
President Trump just posted on...
Thank you. Iran has striking one. Yes.
Israel attack on Iran. Khamenei was the most powerful figure in Iran, both a political and religious leader. He's been a lifelong adversary of both the U.S. and Israel, and the news of his death could have massive implications, not only for Iran, but for the entire Middle East. I want to bring in our senior national security correspondent, Courtney Kube. Courtney, I know this is very fresh. This news just coming out. It started with the Israelis and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announcing this really to his country and the world. What more do we know? Because this was a joint strike between the U.S. and Israel.
Yeah, so it does appear that the Israelis were more focused on the leadership, at least in the early stages of this, and the U.S. military was more focused on the military and the security apparatus in Israel. But we do now have a senior U.S. official who's familiar with the matter who says that the U.S. believes the Ayatollah is dead, and this is based on their communications with the Israelis here. So, again, we're still working on more detail. We have, as you said, we've had a number of indicators that this was likely as the day has moved on, including from the Israelis. We had that tremendous reporting from our colleague Kristen Welker and her phone call with President Trump, where he said it seemed like the reports were likely correct about the Ayatollah being dead. But, Tom, I don't have to tell you, this would be a tremendous sea change. If and when there is some sort of an official confirmation out of Iran that in fact the 86-year-old Ayatollah was killed in these strikes, and he is not the only individual who has been targeted in this ongoing air campaign in Iran. We know that other senior Iranian officials have also been targeted. We're working on more details about exactly who and whether those strikes were actually successful. U.S. Military strikes have included IRGC, or Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps Command and Control, and that could have included senior leaders there as well.
We are coming on the air with major breaking news out of the Middle East. President Trump.
So, according to the NCB reporter, this is something I have very so much concern about the Ayatollah's death. About Donald Trump, about Twitter Twitter space, one of the most evil people in history has been eliminated. That is in the fate of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran. And also I promise the good people of Iran say they are safe. The Americans will protect the civilians, the people of Iran. But they only wanted a regime change because Omofo said Ayatollah nipa bonini or nipa itrimo odin okum nipa or nipa bonini or nipa phone tantan. That is what Donald Trump said actually about the Iranian strike. But I'm sure this story you have to follow this whole story to the very core of it because it borders on the global security. So emergency UN security meeting also discussing the way out. So issues will be resolved properly. So have effect in the coming days. I wish we are in the month of March. Ghana month. Now Ghana month, Mesha say, and I must say, wear something Ghana, wear something Africa. And when me, Abra, the chief secretary at the frame, I can tell me say, I should wear something Ghana. I was proud, at least I put on something Ghana from Benke clothing. Benke clothing was Amakom Hayana Benke wo. And you know, he is the one that has been doing the magics for me. Benke, a base yem pamata alema Benke or Amakom Haya. So you see, this man is a month of Africa, Ghana. To be precise, Ghana had its independence on the 6th of March, 1957, led by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. May he so rest in peace. And Busumi we no, Ghana, di wache, di fufuo, di dokono, nafsat, mundi dokono, oni adradem, mundi dokono, munje Nkrumah bebre, mundi Ghana. Manchwe nye pizza dokono udi ano wa Nkrumah nso ye den bebre kwabra dubai mundi wache mundi wache kakra fufuo na munje akekadro kakra ye den enguso na eno so ebetimi aboa. So wear something Ghana, try to go something Afrocentric. This is the mantra Ghana, Ghana. So you can see say Ghana is progressing, but Kenya and the idea no so muntu to bi na mo mpempa mo she efepa. Yes, 6 March, Independence Day. 6 March, Independence Day at the Ghana. Ghana just no unibia pebito. Ghana just no unibia pebito na yene customized. Independence Day no. Esa ye miyankaza me birthday. I was born on the 6th March. Enti nyame adoma 6 my birthday. A legend was born on the 6th March. Enti me ne Ghana ne ye celebrate your birthday. So you can just anticipate what is going to happen. Yes, me papa, any Dr. Frank Amwakohene, me mama, any Mrs. Juliet Amwakohene, me boss, any Mr. Solomon say. So you can just imagine Friday we empire baby. Yes. Now Friday a holiday. And Friday any show, any morning show. But still no birthday no mekoso all angles. So you can see Abra Akosha Ofia and Kwade. I know so everything will be sorted. Producer and so I didn't know. So 6 March is a Ghana's independence. It's exactly 9:00 a.m. Today marks the 2nd of March 2026. I had a red line in BC. Me akwakofa newspaper review no. Abra Miss Nafsat. Aba bedufia o ye chiwi an sesi animu aye hakakra. Ontimi endi dokono no. Eni Nkrumah no nti sesi ano. Dokono ra walusu customer baako e we kire ho. Dokono ra yesre o. enche bia by 17th March no we obeba na wasan ba be di ne dokono na waji ne nkruma nso bebre na abusia ahana me the red line be see every time ba I come back on
Sammba brene akoso e wo yemmam ha enne nkofo amanso empani se ade achi na se yanti asemfofra enne na yachi na mibi so what in ye koso social media ho be kire aba fontinta fidie ni so woni ne yakoso e wo ho no enne na dwebrene tie me adwo adempo me ne mapamfo